Alright, so I told one story before here, and it actually involved me studying abroad, and this is another one. Me and a group of friends were studying abroad, and we went to Spain. We were in Barcelona, and we went out because Barcelona is very club-esque, and we all wanted to go and enjoy that. And we get there, and we get to the club at like 1 in the morning, and it's dead. We're like, oh, we missed everybody. Nobody's here. We were there for till about 2 o'clock in the morning, and then it like packed, full of people, girls, guys, everybody just dancing and having a good time. And what's an interesting thing that I discovered is we're trying to, dance, and all of us are single guys, so we're trying to, meet some girls, especially some Spanish girls. And they're all dancing. It's kind of a weird situation. There's like a group of purses and shoes, and then a circle of girls around those that own those purses and shoes. And then a circle of guys outside of those girls trying to dance with those girls. And we were those guys. And we felt a little greasy and grimy about it, so we stopped. And my friend Jim said something that I found pretty appropriate. He said, if they're not going to pay attention to me, then I'm going to cause a scene. So we start to cause a scene. And our scene is that we're dancing kind of erratically, trying to do our version of some break dancing and whatnot. And they're spreading out people so that we can do it, and we're horrible, and it's just a mess. And I decided, I'm done here. There's something else out there for me tonight, and I don't know what it is. And I tell Jim this, and he wants to stay, so I'm like, okay, you stay. I'm going to go venture out into the world. And I leave. And I have a map that I tore out of the guidebook that's a section of the city that's, a little tiny piece like this in a huge city, so I think that I can get around with this little map. And I'm going to walk home, which is like miles away, and that's me thinking that I can do this. So I'm walking around, avoiding the prostitutes and drug dealers that are out at that time, and I decide that I'm going to steal a scooter. That's going to be my night. I'm going to try to steal someone's scooter. So I sit on a few scooters that are locked up, and I don't know why I thought I could steal one. They have keys, and you need the keys, and I couldn't find them, so I give up on the scooter, and I decide, I'm going to steal a bike. So I get on some bikes. They're all locked up and chained up pretty good, and I can't seem to get any of them loose. And then I start to feel bad if I steal someone's bike, and they're not going to be able to get to work. They're going to get fired. I'm a horrible person. But in Barcelona, they have like a Philly car share situation, but with bikes. So it's like a bike share. So I walk up to this, line of bikes that's sitting up there. I was like, I'm just going to legitimately get a bike. I'm just going to swipe my credit card, the thing, take a bike, and ride around for the night. Of course, that's not possible, and I can't do that. I don't have like a Spanish credit card, so it doesn't work. But I was like, oh, well, they're locked in, and I just like walk over to the first bike and pop it right out. And I was like, oh, sweet, this is like fate. It's destiny. I need to take this bike. So I was like, it's gave me the bike. I need to ride around. So I start riding around the city, and I ride for hours. I left the club probably like 4. It's like 6:30, 7 o'clock now. I've been riding for like 2-3 hours just around the city, no idea where I am. And I can't figure out where I am, and it's getting daylight, and people in suits and briefcases are walking around, and I was like, oh, this is not good. I'm not Spanish. They know that I can't have this bike. I need to do something. I need to ditch it. I need to throw it out. So I'm like, I'll just throw it down an alley. Not a big deal. I just like pitch it down an alley, not a problem. Then I start to feel bad again. I'm like, the system gave it to me. It was fate. I need to give it back. I need to give it back to the system. And so I continue riding around, and I finally find a place that another bike. I find one set of bikes, but all the bikes are packed, and I find another one, and all the bikes are packed. I can't lock it in. So I find one. I finally get it. I lock it in, and I'm like, phew, made it. I'm good. I get on the subway. That mess happens. I try to get home, and I'm obviously lost. Now I find my way back to the hostel, and I left my friends hours ago. They've been home at the hostel for hours. And they're sitting I come into the hostel all happy, and they're sitting at the table, and they're like, Dane's dead. He's arrested or dead. We're never going to see him again. It's horrible. And I was like, hey, guys. And they're like, where have you been all night? And I was like, stealing bikes. Thanks.